I don't give a shit about your 1500 SAT score. Eat under 1500 calories a day and then I'll be impressed. If you treat her better than she treats you, she'll get bored. Don't just give her your attention. Make her earn it. She's not your co-pilot. She's your flight attendant.
Live from Philadelphia, your man, Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome. There we are. Welcome to the 561st edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are brought to you by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 non-habit-forming energy and focus supplement on the market. Be hyper-productive and laser-focused for hours with zero crash and zero jitters. Support your productivity and the show by going to donovansharpe.com/Gorilla Mind Rush to get your hands on a bottle or 7. Guys, be sure to get your hands on my free ebook, 16 Ways to Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship. Again, that is 16 ways to immediately disqualify her for a long-term relationship. All you have to do is subscribe to the email list, and the book is yours. And don't worry, I'm not going to blow up your inbox every day or every other week or anything like that. So you won't be worried. You won't have to worry about dealing with a bunch of junk mail. We are streaming live to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, VK, and OK.ru. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. It is Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. It is good to have you guys in today. It is bowling league night here at the Sharpe family compound. I am very excited, very, very excited to use my brand new 16-pound ball tonight. I actually got it last Tuesday night. And I didn't plan on using it that night, but I did anyway, because I was kind of struggling in the second game. I shot a 196 with it. Okay, so I was off to a really, really good start. Hit the lanes a couple of times last week. I probably shot maybe 9 or 10 games with it in practice. And it looks like I've gotten to the point where I can shoot much higher scores. It appears to be a worthwhile investment. So hopefully that translates tonight. My average right now, I think, is like a 174, 175. And my goal is to be at a 190 average by the end of the league season. And I think we've got like 12, 13 weeks left. So plenty of time to raise my score. By the end of next year, I'd like to actually be averaging a 200. So hopefully tonight is the start of accomplishing that goal. Okay, enough of me rambling on about shit that you guys don't give a damn about. Let's get right to it. Complacency is something of a dirty word these days. Don't get complacent, people say to each other. You'll lose your edge. You'll lose your drive. You'll get lazy. Men and women alike would agree that complacency breeds lethargy, apathy, a lackadaisical attitude. This is 100% true, and it applies to just about any life situation that any of us can think of. If player X has the season of his life and gets rewarded with a record-breaking contract, that has the potential to make him complacent. He's not going to practice as hard. He won't watch as much film. He may not play through injuries like he once did before. If an employee is always told they're doing a great job and that they are instrumental to the success of that company, that employee might also get lazy. He may not focus as much. He may not pay attention to detail like he did when he first started with the company. I could give dozens of examples, but you guys get the point. But I will discuss the most prevalent example of complacency, and it has affected us all, and that is relationship complacency. Guy meets a girl, they start dating, they get comfortable with each other. Before they know it, they're both overweight, not having much sex, and they don't really work at improving their relationship. Now, when and if they break up, they'll both look back and realize that they both got lazy because they both got complacent. They lost the motivation to be at their best for each other. But here is where the path for men and women within the context of relationships tend to sort of diverge. Men don't embrace complacency, while women do embrace complacency. So now the question becomes, why do we as men do our level best to avoid complacency, while women do their level best to achieve it? Why do men and women look at complacency differently? Well, the first reason is that we're different, obviously. Men and women view and react to different situations very differently. That is the first and most obvious answer. The second answer, it's a little more involved. Let me explain. A high-value male knows that if he gets complacent, if he starts getting lazy, every part of his life will suffer. His fitness level will suffer. His drive, his discipline, the quality of his work, his finances, and so forth. Everything suffers when a man becomes complacent. Now, part of the reason complacency stunts the growth of a man is that the world is unforgiving to men who are unmotivated and undisciplined. A man who doesn't embrace the masculine burden of performance will be left behind in every part of his life, his job, his dating life, his opportunities, everything. If we get lazy, we lose our jobs. We can't afford to be lazy at work. If we are undisciplined and unmotivated, opportunities will pass us by. If we allow ourselves to slip in our relationships, we get replaced. I say this all the time, guys. If I get fat, if I lose my drive to succeed, if I start feeling sorry for myself, if I fail to hold myself to the high standard I've been holding myself to, Devon's going to leave. And she should. She's not required to stick around if I get complacent, nor should she be. She's got every right to upgrade if I downgrade myself, if I lose my edge. Everything around men here in 2020 is designed to punish us if we're not on our game. The natural order of things is constructed to reward men who strive to be exceptional and to punish men who don't make much of an effort at all. The guy who is ultra competitive and always looking for new ways to improve himself and his life, will live a better life than the guy who still lives with his parents at 35 and does nothing but jerk off to cartoon porn, plays video games, and has no desire to improve his station in life. That's just the way things are for men. Women, on the other hand, live a very different existence when they get complacent. Regardless of value, whether she's high value or low value, a lazy woman gets excuses made for her. Women don't suffer. If she's overweight and unmotivated to do little else but sleep around, not only is she not punished by society, they're actually praised. You're a woman, that's amazing enough, she hears day in and day out. If her job performance suffers because of her laziness, she gets to keep her job because she told her boss she's going through a lot right now. If she's overweight, doesn't watch her diet, or goes to the gym to work out, she's told that men should love her at her size. She's told that she's gorgeous and that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. If a girl gains 40 pounds in 6 months, her boyfriend isn't going to leave her. At least as far as feminism is concerned, he should stick around because he needs to love her heart and her mind rather than being that shallow, misogynistic, toxic douchebag who only sees her as a sex object. Everything around women here in 2020 is designed to reward them for no other reason but that they're women. The natural order of things are constructed to reward women who are shockingly below average, especially in relationships. Women are quick to upgrade when their boyfriends start slipping, as they should. But then when the tables are turned, oh, now it's a problem. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Don't let them fool you. Women know that they get comfortable when they start to feel secure in a relationship. They know this and they outwardly acknowledge it. They tell each other. They tell their girlfriends. They have conversations about it. When they're discussing with their friends how to keep a man, whether it's through text messaging, phone conversations, message boards, Reddit, YouTube, wherever, a common adage among today's women, all women, is that you shouldn't get too comfortable in a relationship or your boyfriend or husband is going to cheat on you or leave you altogether. The best behavior that most husbands see out of their wives is that period of time leading up to his proposal to her for marriage. If a woman knows or if she feels like her boyfriend is going to propose, or if she hears through the grapevine that he's thinking about buying a ring, she is on her very best behavior. She's kind, she's attentive, she's feminine, she follows his lead, she's sexually open and available. She is the perfect girlfriend. Until, of course, she gets the ring. Because the minute he puts that ring on her finger, she knows that she can drop the charade, guys. She'll go right back to being the bitchy, neurotic, complaining, hard-to-please banshee she truly is. 99.9% of men who experience this don't punish this behavior. In fact, they reward it by actually marrying her. Then 6 months later, they're blowing up my inbox, asking me, Donovan, why is my wife not having sex with me? We're happy newlyweds. We've only been married for 6 months. What gives? Well, the short answer to that question is that if a woman feels too comfortable, if she feels too secure in a relationship, a woman who knows beyond the shadow of a doubt in her mind that you're not going anywhere will be the worst kind of significant other you can imagine. This, gentlemen, is the situation that most men find themselves in today with their women. They listen to television, men listen to movies, they listen to social media that tells them, make her feel secure. Tell her you're not going anywhere. Show her you're here to stay. But then wonder why she stays out of pocket. Which brings me to today's article on TSR Tower's favoritist website in the world, bold.com. Yes, the website I could literally build an entire empire off of has another article that has caught my eye, which is entitled 10 Things My Boyfriend Does to Make Me Feel Secure in Our Relationship. Now, it was written by a Carrie Carmody, who by all accounts appears to be the typical American white girl. She went to one of these bullshit online colleges. She's worked for Starbucks a couple times, and she can write 350-word articles based on her dating experience. That's the funny thing about this website, now that I'm thinking about it. You don't really have to be exceptional. Be female, sleep around, and be willing to write about it. That's about it. Anyway. Miss Carmody here waxes poetic about the things that her current boyfriend does to make her feel oh so secure in her relationship with him. So surely he has her undying loyalty, devotion, and fidelity, right? Let's find out. It starts, quote, I've dated my share of guys who constantly made me doubt our relationship and myself. It got to the point that I never thought it would be possible to feel so loved, comfortable, and happy with someone until I met my current boyfriend. You know, it's funny how she's indirectly telling us that her ex-boyfriends are her exes because they constantly made her doubt her relationship and herself. Yet, when we take a look around, the only men who have the undying loyalty of their women are the men who do quite the opposite of making them feel loved and comfortable. This is the trap that men and women fall into. Men read this stuff and think, okay, all I have to do is make her feel loved and comfortable and I won't end up as her ex-boyfriend. Girls read this stuff and they think, if only I could just find a guy who makes me feel loved and comfortable, I'd be completely happy. But what ends up happening is that the guy's girlfriend cheats her way out of the relationship for a guy who does everything but what he did, and then the girl wonders why loving her boyfriend, or why her loving boyfriend, rather, who makes her feel comfortable all the time, doesn't make her feel tingles or arousal. Let's check out number 1 here. Number 1! And again, she's written 10 things that my boyfriend does to make me feel comfortable, secure in the relationship. Number 1, he's honest and transparent about everything. And yes, she says that includes his past and the way he feels about me. I never have to wonder what he's thinking or question how he feels about me. Since the day I met him, he has always been honest and open with me about anything and everything. I truly believe that honesty is one of the most important parts of a relationship. And because he's never lied to me, she says, it is a lot easier for me to be completely open with him. He also never judges me or makes me feel good. Let me read that again. He also never judges me or makes me feel bad, rather, about anything I tell him, even if it's something that embarrasses me. How many times do I have to point out that a man's sexual past is not the same as a female's sexual past? For this chick to act like she had a problem with him sleeping around in his past and that being okay with it, simply trying to get the same treatment from him. That's all this is, guys. Well, I forgave your past, so you should forgive mine. You slept around and I looked past that, so you should do the same for me. One of the many truths about the sexual marketplace from a red pill perspective is that red flags disqualify women for long-term relationships while they qualify men for long-term relationships. A woman with tattoos, disqualified. A man with tattoos, qualified. A woman who went to a 4-year college, disqualified. A man who went to a 4-year college, qualified. A woman with a high body count, disqualified. A man with a high body count, qualified. Also, when she says, he also never judges me or makes me feel bad about anything that I tell him, she's talking about one thing and one thing only, guys. That's sex. That's it. What else could she possibly tell him that he could pass judgment on her for? Her Game of Thrones addiction? Guys, this is the kind of thing that indirectly tells men to just ignore a woman's sexual past. Oh, look, not being judgmental about that train that got run on her in college will make her want to stay with me. Yeah, that's a negative, ghostwriter. And one more thing. Just because you don't lie to your girl does not mean she is not going to lie to you, right? I'm going to go back to this. She says, quote, because he's never lied to me, it's a lot easier for me to be completely open with him. Dude, women lie as a matter of habit, guys. It's second nature to them. And if you think for 1 second that she's going to reciprocate your honesty with her honesty, you deserve to be lied to. Women lie. We all know that they do, including women themselves. Number 2, he values my time. He doesn't take my presence for granted, she says, the way a lot of my partners did before. He makes sure I know that he appreciates when I spend time with him and doesn't just expect me to hang around. We take turns making decisions about how we spend our time together. Furthermore, when we are together, he rarely uses his phone. I'm not gonna lie, she says, I have a hard time staying off my phone most of the time, but the fact that my boyfriend rarely uses his when we're together motivates me to put mine away as well. One of the most rude awakenings that a man has when he fully digests the red pill is when he discovers that the more you appreciate banana gobblers, the less they'll appreciate you, right? Banana gobblers are all used to being taken for granted by the bad boys. They're used to being used for sex and then discarded. They're used to being discarded after they serve their purpose, which is to provide orgasms, then get the fuck out of my house. Then when they get with a guy who actually treats her like a decent human being, they don't know how to act. And when it finally clicks in his mind, it's a sobering reality. He's heard it before, he's seen it before in articles, he's seen it on podcasts, but now that he's seeing it up close and personal, he feels a little bit of sadness in that he has to treat sluts like sluts to get better treatment from them. I went through this myself. That's where Miss Carmody's boyfriend is headed, guys. She's happy now. But like I said before, sluts do not react well to good treatment like not being taken for granted. The bottom line here, guys, is that the more you value a woman's time, the less she will value yours. Never forget that. Number 4, we're going to skip over number 3 because, of course, it's the dating advice that they're peddling, which basically tells them to do what all these other articles tell them to do. He has no problem apologizing. If anything, she continues, he apologizes too much. However, one of the reasons I feel so secure being with him is that he always takes responsibilities for situations or problems without trying to make excuses or blame me for them. When I'm at fault, she says, I have no issue doing the same. Guys, she gave herself away right at the beginning when she said that he apologizes too much, which means she doesn't like that he apologizes. And guys, make no mistake, there is a difference between saying you're sorry and taking responsibility for your actions. Gentlemen, I am here to tell you, never, ever, ever tell a woman you're sorry for anything. Never utter the words, I'm sorry. Guys, in the 4 years that I have known Devin, I have never, ever uttered the words, I'm sorry to her. Not one time. Have I fucked up? Yep. Have I said some shit to her I probably shouldn't have said? You know it. Are there things that I've done that I probably could have handled differently? Absolutely. But I never say, I'm sorry. I like to use phrases like, well, mistakes were made. I take full responsibility for my actions. Or, it was not my intention to make you feel that way. Guys, women love it when you hold yourself accountable and take responsibility for your actions, but they hate it when you say, I'm sorry. Which is exactly why the first thought that came to Carrie Carmody's mind was, he apologizes too much. Then, of course, right at the end, she lies to us again when she says that because he takes responsibility, that she has no issue doing the same. And guys, bless her slutty little heart, because I know that she would love to think that she could do what men do, but she knows she can't. Women simply do not hold themselves accountable for anything, no matter how many times you do as a man. A woman will follow your lead in anything, Unfortunately for women, taking accountability for their actions is not one of them. Number 5. He builds me up instead of breaking me down. A lot of guys I've dated, she said, were insecure and overly jealous, which is definitely not the case with my boyfriend. He loves when I'm confident in myself, and instead of making me feel guilty for dressing in a certain way, wearing makeup, or doing my hair, he encourages me to be expressive. He also celebrates my successes and supports any dream I have without worrying that it might take attention or time away from him and our relationship. This paragraph has positively nothing to do with building her up. She actually just put this in here as sort of a fancy header to give guys more terrible advice. But here's what she's not telling you about why her past boyfriends were insecure and jealous. It's not that she dressed sexy. And that's exactly what she means when she says dressing a certain way, wearing makeup, doing her hair. That means dressing up, right? Dressing sexy. But it's not that she dressed sexy that made them jealous. Oh, no. It's that she dressed sexy when they're not around. Guys, girls will never tell you the whole story. This chick wants us to think that her past boyfriends were insecure only when she dressed up. But what she's leaving out is that she was dressing up and going to the club. She was getting dressed up and going to the bar. She was getting dressed up to go out with her friends. Dudes are never just jealous or insecure for just no reason. That shit's a two-way street. Never, ever, ever believe anything a woman says about her ex-boyfriend, guys. It is never the whole truth, and she will always leave something out, especially the parts that justify her behavior or admonish his. Number 6. He shows up for me no matter what the situation is. Oh boy. She continues, if I ask him to do something with me, I don't have to beg him or convince him to show up. He is more than happy to be there for me in all situations, whether it's a trip to the doctor's office, going out to the bar with my friends, or running boring errands. I love that I can count on him for anything, and know that he'll be by my side through the ups and downs of life. It is beyond me that men are still blinded to the fact that women are always talking out of both ends of their mouths when talking about what they want in a man, guys. Women don't normally drop red pill truth, at least not consciously. But one thing that most women will tell you is that it is a turnoff to them when a guy is too available. Most girls would readily admit that a guy who is too available is a guy who is always around. That's a turnoff, guys. Yet, here's Miss Carmody here applauding the very behavior that most women have no issue admitting is a turnoff. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. If she has earned your commitment, then you absolutely need to be there for her. There's no doubt about that. But being there for a woman all the time just because she lets you stick your dick in her, that's going to get old very, very quickly. Then when you tearfully ask her why she cheated on you with Dave, the unemployed garage band guitar player who may or may not have an STD, the first thing she'll say is, well, you were just too available. We hear this all the time. Number 7, he does not try to control or change me. He supports me and loves me exactly the way I am, she says, and encourages me to be myself. I find it odd how many of my personality traits that have attracted guys in the past became things they want to change about me once they get into a relationship, like my spontaneity, my friendliness, and my sense of style. My boyfriend has never tried to change or control anything about me, but the way that he treats me and his approach to life in general inspires me to be a better person. I love how she characterizes her impulsiveness, her flirtatious temperament, and her slutty wardrobe as spontaneity, friendliness, and sense of style, right? She finds it so odd that these things which attracted guys to me in the first place are things that guys want to stamp out. Yeah, no shit. That's what you did. You got their attention. They gave it to you. Now she wants you to turn the attention transponder off. Listen, guys want girls to be a slut. They don't want you to be a slut. We want you to be our slut. You're not supposed to dress up for anybody but me. I talk about this all the time. Most guys are getting their woman sloppy seconds, man. They get up, they go to work, they're looking good, hair is all combed, lipstick fresh, makeup fresh, mascara, she smells good, she looks good, she's walking in heels. By the time she gets home, her hair's in a ponytail, her armpits stink, perfume's worn off, she's wiped off her lipstick, She's got ass paste because she took a shit and hasn't taken a shower since the last time she took a shit. And then she wonders why you want to have sex with her. Then she wonders why you don't want to have sex with her. This is why Kevin in Sales wants to fuck your wife, but you are not interested in your wife sexually when she gets home. Kevin in Sales gets to see her when she's at her best, when she's looking her best, when she's smelling her best. You get to see the leftovers. Kevin in Sales gets the good first. You get the sloppy seconds. But let's back up a little bit here. When she says, quote, he doesn't try to control or change me, what she means is that he doesn't try to break me of the habits that lead to cheating. Guys, that's all any girl means when she says this. When I met Devin, I liked her personality. I liked her temperament. I liked her personality. Devin is introverted. She tells very, very bad jokes, and she's good company. Those are a few of the reasons I took a liking to her outside of sex. But I didn't set out to change her. No. I set out to change her behavior. I set out to change her habits. I didn't try to control her at all, guys. I gave her choices. Either give up these habits and behaviors, or we keep our relationship strictly sexual. She chose the former, and here we are. Any girl who says that her boyfriend is controlling and trying to change her is telling you in no uncertain terms that she is doing and saying things that put their relationship at risk. Women are always attempting to shame men out of putting parameters in place that keep them from putting themselves in situations where cheating can happen. Then at the end, she says that not attempting to stamp out bad behavior, quote, inspires her to be a better person. And guys, that is absolutely false. That is not how you do it. That's not how you inspire a woman. You inspire a woman to be a better person by ridding her of the habits that devalue her as a woman. That's how you do it. I'm going to skip number 8 because it simply does not apply. So we're just going to go right to number 9. Number 9, I never have to worry about how he is going to react. I know that no matter what happens in life, she says, I never have to be afraid or worried about the way my boyfriend will react to a situation, whether it's good or bad, my fault or not. He's very level-headed and doesn't react to anything without thinking, which makes me feel very safe. Oh boy. Guys, these are the musings of a woman who is way too comfortable in her relationship. When she says, I know that no matter what happens in life, she means no matter what I say, no matter what I do, if I'm disrespectful, out of pocket, or do anything that is clearly my fault, I don't have to worry about him flying off the handle. Now, some of you might think, okay, well, Donovan, it is very important for a man to hold frame in any and all situations, and you would be right. Staying level-headed is something that even I struggle with all the time, and I know it's something I definitely need to improve on. But when it comes to disrespectful behavior, sometimes you need to bury your teeth, guys. Sometimes you need to raise your fucking voice at her and let her know verbally that you're not here for the shenanigans. Women do not respect men who try to be the, quote, strong and silent type when she catches an attitude with you, or when she acts like a smartass. They respect the man who can grab their fucking balls and tell their woman, watch your fucking mouth. Women know the difference between quiet confidence and silent jitters. And last I checked, it's not against the law to raise your voice at your woman, at least not yet. So you can maintain frame all you want to, guys. You'll just end up like Carrie Carmody's boyfriend who gets talked to any old kind of way because she never has to worry about how he's going to react. Number 10. He compliments me often, but not just on my looks. Don't get me wrong, she says. He tells me how beautiful and hot I am, which of course I appreciate. However, he compliments my personality, my work, my talents, and the way I treat other people just as much, and maybe even more. He makes sure I know that he thinks I'm the most beautiful woman in the world, but also that my best and most important qualities have nothing to do with the way I look. Oh boy. Women would love to think that they're more than just, 3 holes and 8 minutes of orgasmic sex, wouldn't they? Like, women actually believe, now don't get me wrong, if a woman has positive attributes, those are an added bonus. But if we don't want to sleep with you, we're not interested. Carrie, if your boyfriend didn't think you were hot, you wouldn't have a boyfriend. That's just all there is to it. But moving to the compliments part, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm actually going to tell a story. And some of you guys may have heard this story before, but I think it's worth telling again because it directly applies to number 10 here. I've had a lot of sales jobs in my life, guys. I've sold everything from vacations to cell phones, foreclosure listings, furniture, magazine ads, and cruises and all that. You name it, I've sold it. Well, much like most lifelong salesmen, I have had a few stints selling cars. I've worked for a few high-end car lots where the majority of the inventory is brand new cars and most of the customers have the credit to buy them. I actually sold Audis when I was 19 years old, the summer after my sophomore year in college. I sold Dodges for a year in my early 20s. I actually sold a Viper and made an $8,000 commission. That was a very, very good day. The tax man got me, but still is an $8,000 commission. Now, I've also sold used cars on a couple of occasions. Now, selling used cars, and stay with me here, guys, selling used cars is an entirely different game, okay? There are different concerns. Customers who go to a high-end car lot, they're worried about paying too much. Customers who come to a used car lot are worried about the car breaking down a mile down the road, right? High-end car lot customers, they ain't worried about the reliability of cars. They're brand new. It's not going to give you any trouble. If it does, they can take it back. No, they're concerned about the interest rate. They're concerned with getting price gouged. Used car customers are worried about the car breaking down and credit. If people had good credit, they wouldn't have to go and buy, they wouldn't have to go to a used car lot. They'd go to a high-end car lot if they didn't have the cash to buy a car outright. But if they don't have enough to get a car, just to get the title, and they have bad credit, they have to go to a used car lot where the credit standards are a little more relaxed. Now, sometimes you have car lots that finance you regardless of credit because, of course, they have a GPS on your car. Then they jack up the interest rate. These are your buy here, pay here lots. We all know what those are about. Anyway, something that happened to me twice when I sold used cars is I'd have a customer come in and they tell me that they have bad credit. Donovan, we have bad credit, but we need a car. So I'm giving them all the lines. Don't worry. We got you covered. We're going to find a bank to finance you. We're going to put you in a car today if I have to stay here till midnight. So they're all excited because they're going to get a new car, right? So I'd run their credit, and this happened to me twice, guys. I want you to remember that. This actually happened to me twice before I caught on to what was happening, but I'd run their credit, and their FICO score would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 650, which isn't the best credit score in the world, but it's not terrible. More importantly, that's the kind of credit score that would allow a customer to go to a high-end car lot and finance a brand new car. So the first time I go in to tell the customer, hey, your credit is actually pretty good. You're going to be able to finance any car you want on the lot. Now, the very first time I told a customer they had better credit than they thought, they were ecstatic. Okay, they got excited. They started looking at all the cars and everything, but I didn't make the sale, and I had no idea why. I thought to myself, dude, the guy actually had pretty good credit. He didn't think that he could get approved for financing, so why didn't they buy a car? The second time this happened to me was the same thing. Oh, I have bad credit, but I need a car. Don't worry, we're going to get you in the car if we got to stay here till 3 o'clock in the morning. So I run the guy's credit, and once again, he's in the mid 600s. Again, the kind of score that could get a customer financed at a high-end car lot for a brand new car. So again, I tell the guy, hey, I've got good news. You've got pretty good credit. But this time something happened different. This time, the guy's wife said to him right in front of me, well, why don't we just go to Toyota then? She said this right in front of me. Now, I was quick on my feet, right? I was quick on my feet. I said, well, because they're going to charge you a much higher interest rate, which means a higher car payment. And the guy starts slowly nodding. He's like, yeah, we don't want a higher car payment. But I could see in his face he was full of shit. And I was right because they told me that they'd go home and think about it, and I never saw them again. What those two experiences taught me was that if a person thought they had bad credit, let them continue to think that they had bad credit even if they don't. Now, obviously, you can't get away with that these days because people can get their credit scores on their phones in 15 seconds or less. But back then, it wasn't like that. Customers had to take our word for it that they were either approved or that they weren't. But from then on, if a customer came in and told me they had bad credit, I continued to make them think that they did, even if I found out their FICO score was a 680. Because the minute a customer knows they have more car buying options, they will never buy from you. They couldn't give less of a shit if their interest rate is 6 points higher at a high-end car lot, guys. They're getting a brand new car. When less than 24 hours ago, they weren't sure that they could finance a used junk bucket. Women, gentlemen, are exactly the same as car customers. A woman's value is dictated solely by the way men respond to and treat them. If most men a woman interacts with treat her favorably, meaning they give her compliments, they're nice to her, they do favors for her, they look at her, they give her attention, and make it clear through their actions that they would commit to her, then she knows she's got options or good credit, right? Well, the less credit or value a woman has in the way of looks, personality, and overall femininity, the more she'll have to compromise when it comes to men. Guys, hot girls get to date, they get to fuck, they get to marry the best guys out there. They get to be with the best looking, the richest, the most talented, the highest value men out there. The not so attractive women, they tend to get the leftovers. The used cars, if you will, of the dating world. And they're generally okay with it because they know they don't have as much value or as much credit as the high value girls. Now, yeah, they'll bitch and moan about it on social media. They'll talk shit about how men are shallow and only care about looks, and about how men should compromise their standards to appease fat, ugly women. But they know the score. They know how the world works. Anyway, to bring it back around to what I'm talking about here with number 10, is that a huge mistake that men are making with their wives and girlfriends is the same mistake I was making with the customers who had better credit than they thought. The same mistake that thirsty ass motherfuckers make when gassing up these fat, ugly bitches. And that is showering their women with compliments and approval. Telling her she's beautiful all the time, telling her how much he loves her all the time, constantly telling her how smart she is, how great she is, how amazing she is. And the same thing that happened to me on that used car lot is going to happen to them in their relationships, and here's how. At some point, gentlemen, if a girl hears all of these glowing remarks about herself long enough, eventually, she's going to subconsciously think to herself, you know something? I think I can do better. If I can impress Steve this much, then I can easily get with Kevin, the hot sales guy at work. I mean, I always knew I was a catch. But maybe I've been selling myself short and settling for less than I deserve. I think I'm going to explore my options and see what else is out there for me. And I'm going to start with Kevin in sales. I might even swing by Dave's band practice and see if he's interested. This is what happens, gentlemen, when you blow sunshine up your woman's ass too much. She starts to believe all the hyperbolic narrative about her. She hears and sees it so much that she internalizes it and ultimately she truly believes it. Let me ask you this, guys. Think to yourself, guys. Ever seen a 5 who acts like she's a 10 and you think to yourself, why does she act like she's hot? She's got hair on her second chin and a lazy eye. Who the fuck does she think she is? Well, she's got a boyfriend who showers her with love and attention and validation and compliments 24/7, like all the Facebook memes tell him to do in order to keep her happy and have a great relationship and make her feel secure. But he's doing quite literally the opposite. He's filling her head so full of shit that she really does think she's hot shit who could have any guy she wants, and it won't be long before she steps out on him. Now, let's be clear here, guys. Let me bring it back. Let's be clear. Nobody's suggesting that you never compliment your woman, okay? Listen, they need validation. They need approval. They need to know when they're doing it right. And if you withhold her praise when she clearly deserves it, she's only going to tolerate that for so long, especially pretty girls, right? Your woman, listen, a girl needs to know that her man is pleased with her and if she deserves it. And you are the judge of that, not her. She wants your approval, not her own. She can talk all the shit she wants about what a great catch she is and have 150 thirsty dudes agree with her, but dude, none of that means shit to her. That doesn't mean dick. What she wants and needs is your approval. She wants validation from you. But by the same token, you gotta be fair, guys. Don't be unreasonable. If she looks good, tell her she looks good. If you're appreciative of what she does for you, let her know. But giving a woman residual approval for something she does one time is counterproductive. Telling her she's hot every day because she dressed up 3 months ago, that's not helping either one of you. Telling her she's an unbelievable cook because she made you a 5-course meal a year ago, that's going to make her lazy. What's going to happen is that she's going to stop trying because you're giving her validation without her earning it again. You're giving her attention she doesn't deserve, and at some point, human nature is going to kick in and she's going to put in less and less effort for something she knows that she can get for free, which is why she doesn't make an effort to look good for you anymore and laughs at you when you ask her what she's cooking for dinner that night. If your woman has a disrespectful tone with you, look her in the eye, just like I said, and say, watch your fucking tone. You guys have seen me on these live broadcasts. Devin will start to get a little excited. I got to check her. Now, on the other side of that, if your woman makes you a kick-ass steak dinner, say, God damn, you rocked the steak tonight. Appreciate that. Then smack her in the ass. You must reward the good and punish the bad at all times. But most importantly, guys, do not shower her with compliments for mediocre effort. If she does something she's supposed to be doing anyway, every once in a while, show her a little appreciation, but don't make a big fucking production out of it. You don't need your woman expecting you to sing her praises for remembering to stop and grab some bottled water. Every once in a while, just say, you know what, thanks, I appreciate it, and leave it at that. Gentlemen, do not tell your woman she has awesome credit if she's giving you 470 FICO score effort. If she's acting right, let her know. If she gets out of line, put her ass back in line. Don't tell her she's the greatest woman who ever graced the face of the fucking earth all day, every day, because at some point, she's going to take it for granted and go back to the Toyota dealership, just like Carrie Carmody is going to do if her boyfriend continues to shower her with praise for no apparent reason. In the end, guys, the things that we have to do and be to keep a woman in line, it's a travesty. It really is, man. Right? Like, as men, we shouldn't have to make a conscious effort not to make today's women feel too secure. It sucks that we have to do that. But any man with even a modicum of red pill awareness knows and understands that the more secure a woman feels in a relationship, the worse that she will behave. Guys, that's how this works. Any man understands this. Even guys that are not red pill aware. This is why girlfriends are better than wives, guys. Right? You can up and leave your girlfriend with little to no collateral damage. This is why they're more motivated to treat you well than wives are, who, by the way, know that they have you by the balls in the form of a marriage contract, which she can use to detonate your life should you decide to divorce her. I know this sucks, guys, but you can either adapt or you can get left behind. Women are not what we've been raised to believe, gentlemen. They are not what your mother told you they are. They are not what television movies say they are. They are a completely different species altogether. And if you want to, at the very least, keep them from turning your life upside down, this is what's necessary. On the other side of the break, I will open up the phone lines to take your phone calls about women who have misbehaved in relationships because they were way too comfortable. I will also shout out super chats and my premium members. Stay right there, guys. We'll be right back. Guys, if you are looking for a supplement that gives you laser focus and a good, clean, controlled energy to get a lot done in a short period of time, Gorilla Mind Rush is the solution. I tried it for the very first time a few months back, and I've used it ever since. Just 3 tablets in the morning, and my mind and body work at peak operating efficiency. You guys know how crazy my schedule is, but with Gorilla Mind Rush, I'm able to prepare for my show, do my consultations, and then go lift weights for 2 hours. When I'm finished, I still have enough mental and physical energy left to continue kicking life's ass. Here's how it works, guys. 15 minutes after you take Gorilla Mind Rush, you start to notice a subtle change in your mindset. 15 minutes after that, you'll notice that you are much more focused, you're thinking more clearly, you'll be a little more energetic, and your motivation to be productive goes up. An hour in, you'll feel noticeably more focused and can concentrate even with distractions around. You'll feel less stressed and less anxious. After 90 minutes, you are in full Gorilla Mind Rush mode. Your focus, concentration, and your memory will be far beyond your normal state, and you will stay this way for at least 6 hours. And get this, guys, there is no crash. That's right, you get all the benefits of your mind being hyper-focused for a long period of time without the cliff when it wears off. Using other productivity supplements like modafinil is kind of like putting 10 gallons of gas in your tank and driving 400 miles. Now this is great. That's 40 mpg, which is awesome gas mileage. Most people would take 40 miles a gallon any day of the week, myself included. But with Gorilla Mind Rush, I'm able to drive 750 miles on the same 10 gallons of gas. That's the best way I can describe it, guys. That's how efficiently your mind works on Gorilla Mind Rush. You get a lot done without burning through your mind's fuel so quickly that you run out of gas before your day is done. So rather than slowing down at mile 400 like you do with other compounds, you've still got plenty left in the tank to continue being productive with Gorilla Mind Rush. Another great thing about Gorilla Mind Rush is that it's non-habit forming. If you use it, you're Superman. If you don't, you're Clark Kent. There's no withdrawal if you do not take it. If you need this kind of focus, energy, and productivity while also supporting the show, go to donovansharpe.com/gorilla-mind-rush. I put the link in the chat, and you can also find it in the description. Welcome back to the show, guys. Thanks for sticking around. You are watching the 561st episode of TSR Live on a Tuesday. If you'd like to get your hands on my premium content, become a patron at patreon.com/DonovanSharpe. Access to the entire archive from episode 1, audio versions of The Daily Show, which can be played at different speeds and downloaded to your device for convenience, and weekly webinars hosted by me. You will also get access to exclusive videos for patrons, like how to reduce flaking, a red pill Valentine's Day, and why working for yourself isn't all it's cracked up to be, and how I safely and effectively increase the size of my dick and continue to do so to this day. Now, today, I will be releasing a video that tells you how to deal with a woman who says that you're giving her an ultimatum. A lot of great information in that video. So go to patreon.com/DonovanSharpe to get access to this unbelievable content. All right, area code 940-305 and 470. I see you guys in the queue. Hang tight for me for just a few moments, and I will get to the phone lines. I'm going to shout out my super chats here quickly. The Neg1 with a $20 super chat says, glad I have the chance to check you live temporarily. Work has me too busy to be able to watch you whenever you're on. Keep building your platform, and here's some shekels for that Sharpe stream. Love what you're doing. Appreciate that, the Neg1. Appreciate the support. Shout out to the Neg1 with the $20 super chat. Thomas Munier with the 5 euros says, glad I have a chance to check you live as it's early in the evening here in Europe. Got people from all over the world watching your boy. Mike W with the $5 super chat says, speaking the truth today, just got out of an HR meeting with a woman trying to hashtag me too. She walked out looking like a fool from my logical arguments. Yeah, listen, you combat logic or you combat that emotion with logic, women don't really have a chance. Well, it's just the way I feel. No, it doesn't really matter it doesn't matter how you feel, sweetie. Like, that's how that is. Good for you, Mike W. I Bramblebush with the $5 super set says, this is a great list to check yourself to make sure you are not slipping. If you find yourself taking too many of these traits, you are slipping. You know it. Ryan Sullivan, haven't seen you in here in a while with the $10 super chat. Says super chat for a support, Jesus. Ace in Spades with the $2 super chat says, sorry about bugging you yesterday about the course. Yeah. Back off, Ace in Spades. All right, good stuff. I will shout out my chatters here in just a second, but let's go ahead and fire up those phone lines and get this party started here. Let us go to area code 940. Area code 940, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Area code 940 going once. Area code 940 going twice. Area 940 is gone. Okay, let's try area code 305. Area code 305, you're on live with Donovan. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes. It's me, Marcus Hall from Miami, Florida.
Marcus in Miami, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Oh, yeah, no, sorry about last time, because last time I called, but I think I got cut off or something.
Yeah, okay, well, whatever, that's fine. What's up? What's on your mind?
Okay. What's on my mind is, like how everything is about women and everything, because I'm just going over, like, the videos and stuff, and just, like, because, I've been red-pilled, like, 3 years ago after getting out of college, and I'm just thinking, like, oh, my God. So, basically, in order to get a woman, I'm going to have to just keep on her toes and everything. Like, it's ridiculous. And all the Disney movies and all this other stuff, like, wow, this being blue-pilled for so long. It's like waking up from a Matrix. Like, wow, I can't believe I've been that heavily programmed. Like,
yeah, of course.
Like let me program myself.
No, listen, I get it, Marcus. I understand. Do you have a story, or do you have an example, or do you know of anyone who had to treat a woman like shit in order to get her to act right? Do you have a personal anecdote where the more secure you made a woman feel, the less secure she made you feel?
Well, I think, I only have like a story with my roommates. Like we basically went out to a club, and I noticed some of the guys that treated women like a little like I don't, wait, like you treat them a little bad.
Okay,
like
Marcus. I got to put you on hold. I'm going to put you on hold. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. All right. But this is a very fast moving podcast. I need you to get your thoughts together. I'm going to come back to you in a couple of phone calls, get your thoughts together, and then tell me what you're going to tell me. Right. I understand you could be a little bit nervous. Let's, take a deep breath, get your thoughts together, and we'll try this again in a few minutes. Let's go to area code 470. Area code 470. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan. How you doing, man?
What's up, brother?
My name is Chuck. I'm good, bro. My name is Chuck. I'm calling from Atlanta.
Chuck in Atlanta.
Yeah, ATL.
You know it. What's up, man?
Yeah, bro. I ran into this chick. She's pretty hot. I don't know if you know much about these Ethiopian girls. They look nice,
Okay.
So for a minute there, I was slipping because she looked pretty good, but at some point, I think I was validating her a little bit too much.
Right.
And at some point, I think she was taking advantage of it or trying to take advantage. Then the red pill just kicked back in because I watch red pill stuff every day.
Good.
So I made some quick moves. Yeah, I just made some quick moves. Valentine's Day presents, I sent her back. She never got them.
Okay.
Made sure that everything that was coming to her, then what she asked me for, I made sure she never got that. Then I called her on the phone, told her, look, you know what? I need some time, right?
Okay.
Get your mind right. When you get your mind right, we'll talk. So what do you think?
Yeah, it sounds to me like you righted the course. It sounds like you've more or less righted the ship. It sounds like you handled that correctly. Be very, very careful. And I'm not saying that you did this, but be very careful about over gaming certain females. There is a possibility that you could over game females. It doesn't appear that that's what you did in this particular interest, but again, you don't want to overcorrect when it comes to women. But by the same token, you certainly don't want to undercorrect. So it sounds like you handled that correctly.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Man, keep on doing what you're doing, man. I watch your stuff every day.
Good.
Every day.
Well, I appreciate the support, man. Chuck in Atlanta with the phone call. Yeah, listen, Chuck in Atlanta's right, man. It is very, very easy. And I talk about this all the time. It is very, very easy to blue pill backslide when you meet a girl that you actually like. When you meet a girl that you actually like, who looks good, listen, I've seen pictures of Ethiopian girls. Dude, Ethiopian girls are hot, right? Then when you get one who's hot and sweet, you're like, holy shit. Like, dude, a lot of your red pill conditioning goes right out the window because, of course, the male sex drive. This is what happens. But he caught himself. He had the presence of mind to say, okay, I'm slipping. And because I am consuming red pill content all the time, because he was consuming red pill content all the time, he was able to catch himself and course correct. This is why I always tell guys always ask me, Donovan, what's the first thing I need to do when I find the red pill? Number one, get off the grid. Stop playing video games, stop doing porn, or stop doing porn. Stop playing video games, stop watching porn, deactivate all your social media, right? That's the first thing you should do. The second thing, consume red pill content all the time. The third thing you should do is work out every single day. Hit the gym. Dude, ride a bike, go running, whatever the case may be. But if nothing else, consuming red pill content all the time, every day will keep you on top of your game. You will find it very, very difficult to backslide if you're consuming red pill content all the time. All right, big thanks goes out to Merciless6 with the $5 super chat. He says, stupid question, is there such a thing as a sexually attractive feminist? You better believe it. Man, listen, man, there are some feminists out there who are hot as shit. Dude, I fucked a lot of hot feminists when I was out in Vegas. Hell yeah. And again, that's not a stupid question, Merciless6. There is such a thing as sexual market value being compartmentalized from relationship market value. There are a lot of girls out there who are not good for relationships. Doesn't mean they're not good for fucking. So yes, absolutely. The short answer to your question is yes. Feminists can absolutely, positively be sexually attractive. All right, Marcus in Miami, we're going to try you one more time. Did you get your thoughts together? What you going to tell me now?
Oh yes, I got my thoughts together.
All right, what you got for me?
Well, I mainly have like a story about myself, but it's mainly how I was blue pill. I was basically just having one. Well, if the story will count, I had one. I didn't for this one girl. I was in college. I was really trying to get her, and basically I have her come over, and like she would do the laundry and whatnot, and this might sound really stupid, but she was out next door, and I'm wondering, what was she doing next door? And now that I'm doing the regular content, it's like, wow, finally I get it. Like she's been banging this other dude next door while she's using me for laundry, but the thing is, I got close to actually getting her. Like one time she came over, we can chill, and one thing led to another.
All right, Marcus, I gotta let you go. I don't want to. That was a boring story. That was a boring story. Listen, I'm glad that you found the red pill, and I'm glad that it's all this and that and the other. But guys, I really, really want and need stories about women that you have been with, or stories that you've heard about women who feel too secure in relationships, but then treat their boyfriends or husbands terribly. I appreciate you for calling in, Marcus, but I don't want to hear stories about how you almost banged a girl. I don't need to know about that. Area code 845. Area code 845. You're on live with Donovan. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Is this me? Carlos?
This is you.
Okay, Carlos. I'm calling from New York.
Carlos in New York. How you doing, man?
My story is... Okay, I got a short story. I've been red pill for a while now. I've applied it to my marriage of 2 years, and
okay.
I've been doing that, and it's been working. I'm getting the shit test passing those real quick. And the sex has bumped up pretty much 3 nights in a row.
Okay.
But the shit is coming harder. But I got a quick question. How do you apply the red pill? And I'm doing the things you're saying about, you're checking her, keeping her in place, and you're training her.
Right.
But if you're treating her pretty much the way she's always been, you want her to be, the slut for me. How do I keep that hypergamy away if I'm not trying to make her a better person per se?
Right.
Instead of making it just a better person for me, how do I just keep a better person in general?
Right. This is a very good question. What you're asking, Carlos, is listen, I'm trying to increase her value so that she's a good girlfriend for me. I want her to be my slut. I want her to look good. I want her to cook good. I want her to fuck good. But how can I keep other guys from noticing? Number one. Number two, how can I keep the hypergamy way? How can I make sure that she doesn't take her newfound sexual market value and go somewhere else? Is that your question?
Yes. Perfect. Yeah.
Yep. There is no way that other guys aren't going to notice your woman, right? Listen, when Devin and I go places, men and women look at her. She's got that kind of body. Devin's no beauty queen. Like I'm not going to cast any false aspersions there. Her face looks good enough. Her face is attractive enough. Her body is what separates her from most people. Dudes look at her, women look at her, blah 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 blah. But here's what really has to happen, Carlos. There is no way that you can, how can I put this? You can't keep hypergamy in check except for one way. Make sure you're keeping your value high. If you tell your woman you need to lose weight and this and that and the other, of course, never get with a girl that never get with a fatty. But if you're increasing her value, you need to be increasing your value as well, right? You always need to make sure that your value is higher than hers. If your value is higher than hers, that decreases the chances of hypergamy. There's no silver bullet to hypergamy. Okay, even even a guy like Chris Hemsworth, who has an 11-inch dick and he's worth $20 million or whatever his net worth is, I'm sure he's been cheated on in his past. He's Chris fucking Hemsworth. I'm sure Brad Pitt's been cheated on. No man is immune from hypergamy. But the only thing that we can do as men, Carlos, to keep hypergamy in check is to be the highest value male available to her. That's all you can do. So if you're going to improve, and a lot of guys are probably watching this thinking, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to train my woman. I'm going to do this and do that. Your woman's value is going to increase. Guess what? You're not going to be the only person who sees her value increasing. Other men are going to see her value increasing, and they are going to put in their bids. Make no question about it. But in order to keep her hypergamy in check, make sure that you never stop increasing your value. Never stop improving.
Okay, just stay above hers.
That's right. That's exactly right, brother.
Okay.
All right, Carlos in New York. Man, very good question, man. Very, very good question by Carlos in New York, man. A lot of guys ask that. How do I keep hypergamy in check? Keep your value as high as possible. And I know that sounds like the red pill, the cliche-ish red pill answer. That's the answer. That's the answer. Ashish Kaushik with the 400 Indian rupees. the $5.50 super chat. He asks a question. Is it wrong for a man to object if his wife or girlfriend enjoys herself watching other men in lewd erotica? Do girls with a porn collection of their own make good long-term partners? Thanks a billion, sir. Very good question. Very, very good question. Very, very good question by Ashish. I'm actually going to read that out loud one more time so that guys can hear this. So Ashish asks, quote, is it wrong for a man to object to his wife or girlfriend enjoying herself watching other men in lewd erotica? Do girls with a porn collection of their own make good long-term partners? Thanks a billion, sir. This is sort of a multifaceted answer. Do girls with a porn collection make good wives or partners? No. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Dude, this is, and I should have included this in 16 ways to disqualify her for a long-term relationship now that I'm thinking about it. Women who watch porn, that is a black flag, guys. Women who watch porn, that is a black flag. Now, if your woman watched porn once or twice, or if your woman watched porn back in the day, not exactly a black flag, right? Probably a crimson flag because women don't really enjoy porn like guys do. At least I don't think so. I mean, dude, porn is awesome, right? I mean, dude, I had a porn addiction until about maybe 5-6 years ago. Porn's awesome. I don't know that women enjoy porn as much as guys do. Not so much to where they're putting it on their phones or their tablets or paying for it, right? It's one thing for a woman to have watched porn. It's another thing for a woman to have a porn collection. If she has a porn collection, that's a black flag. That's all there is to it. If a woman enjoys watching porn, that's fine. If she has a porn collection, she will never, ever, ever make a good long-term partner. Because here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. The difference between a man watching porn and a woman watching porn is that a man can't really go out and reenact the porn, right? A guy strokes his dick to the porn. There's good-looking girls. He's not going to be able to go out and get a girl that looks like that to fuck him. Girls, on the other hand, they are always looking to reenact the porn. Dude, you can ask any woman, man. The porn fantasy is much more real for women than it is for guys. Now, I happen to be an exception to the rule. I have turned my girl into a porn star for myself and myself alone. And dude, Devin has asked me before. She asked me one time about sex toys or whatever. Oh, yeah, see that? Oh, Sharpe Assist, right on point. Says if she has a sex... Dude, man, I'll tell you what, Sharpe Assist, Dev. Sharpe Assist, you might have my girl's number, man. What's going on with that, bruh? But yeah, getting back to it, Devin actually, I remember she got something at work. And I think it was like a gag gift or something like that. It was somebody else's gag gift or something. And the girl didn't want it. And so she gave it to Dev. And Dev was like, hey, can we keep this? I'm like, dude, this is a fucking dildo. Get this shit out of here. Right? Listen, if Devin wants sex toys, she better hide it from me. There are no sex toys allowed in my house. The only phallic object is my cock. That's it. If she wants to watch porn, she can do that off campus. If she wants to pleasure herself, if she wants to flick the bean, make sure I don't catch you. But a woman who has a porn collection or sex toys is absolutely a red flag. A woman who watches porn and has sex toys has done everything with everybody in every way. That is a super slut. Black flag. Holy smokes. Very, very good question there by Ashish. Excellent question. All right, let us go to area code 940. Area code 940. You're on live at Donovan. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Malik. I'm in Shreveport.
Malik in Shreveport. How you doing, man?
But hello, can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you.
Okay, cool. So I do have a story. I'm 21 years old. I do have a story in relation to the topic you were talking about. There was a girl I was dealing with, and it was kind of one of those really weird things.
Okay.
You know, I chalked up to myself of her just being a terrible chick, but
okay.
Like the minute I would do something kind, like it was her birthday, and I got her. We had been dating for probably about a year. I broke up with her recently, but it was her birthday, and I let her go to a spa or whatever.
Okay.
She wanted to get like the facial treatment, whatever.
Right, massage, whatever.
And it was like the minute she got the shit to go, she was acting up, man. Like I'm talking about, like
all the time, man.
She started replying to the text. She wasn't answering calls. She was getting rude. never was like that before. But I was like, what the fuck? That was like, I had to let it go because it was like the moment I did something nice for her, she just acted up.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe it's because I was too harsh. Like I never would give her compliments or shit like that. Maybe I was too harsh.
No, Malik, hold on. Before you continue, no. You can never, ever, ever be too harsh. A girl, dude, the only time a girl actually leaves a guy that she describes as too harsh, pardon me, is that the guy isn't harsh enough. I have never heard a girl honestly say, well, the reason why I dumped Donovan is because he was just too harsh. No. You can never be too harsh. Even if she complains that you're too harsh, keep the pedal to the fucking metal. Because the minute you lift your foot above that gas, even just a little bit, she goes right back to being out of pocket, just like old girl did to you the minute you did something nice for her. So never ever think to yourself, maybe I'm being too hard on her. No. Never ever ever doubt that. Never ever ever question whether or not you're being too hard on a woman. Chances are you're probably not being hard enough. Women need structure. They need discipline. They need firmness. They need steadfastness. You can never be too hard on women. Continue.
All right, but it was an interesting situation, and like I've dealt with girls since then. And like one chick, she had she wasn't my girl, but she had social media, and I thought she had posted something about abuse. So I asked the question. I said, "So you think I'm abusive?" She's like, "Nah." She's like, "You're mean as hell, but you're not abusive." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, that's a
so
good
I thought it was interesting as far as like, because I've had girls say that, "Oh, you're abusive," but it's like girls that actually mess with me, they don't ever call me abusive. They just say I'm mean.
Right. Right. Yeah. If a girl says you're mean, oh, dude, she wants you. Right? You're mean. You're harsh. You're so hard on me. These are all good. These are all good things. I'll give you the last word, Malik.
Yeah, but I just want to say, man, I've been listening to your show for a little while. You know, like I said, I'm 21.
Okay.
Any dudes that's my age, listen to Donovan. He knows what he's talking about, man. You know, just, and that's all I want to say. I appreciate content.
Appreciate it, Malik. Malik in Shreveport, Louisiana. Check it in. Yeah, he's right, man. A lot of these bitches out here. Listen, and he's like, I don't know if I'm too harsh. No, it's not because it's too harsh. I say this all the time. The reason why these hoes ain't loyal is because they don't know how to act when a man shows them loyalty. The better you treat a hoe, the worse she treats you. Banana gobblers aren't used to being treated like ladies. So when you treat her like a lady, she doesn't know how to act. She doesn't know how to act. Pardon me. Area code 314. Area code 314, you're on live with Donovan. What is your name and location?
My name's Joe, and I'm from Missouri. Donovan, I just had a quick question.
Sure.
So I've been with my girl since I've been 16 years old. I'm 21 now. I was with like 8 girls before her.
Okay.
But basically, we had gotten to it yesterday, but I ain't gonna go into detail about it. But just because I was pissed off or whatever, and it got kind of physical, and she kept poking. You know how you poke a sleeping bird? I just was getting pissed off. And she had tried to hit me, so I had like hemmed her up or whatever. And I'm not advocating hitting nobody. Sure. But I was just so mad. And I had left the house or whatever. And I want to say, like, less than an hour later, where you at? What's going on? Why you ain't saying nothing? Blah, 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 blah. And all this. If you don't say that, I'm going to call the police and all this. I'm trying to figure out where you at and all this. But basically, I had told her this morning, because I ain't go back to the house yesterday.
Okay.
I had told her this morning, I was like, you fucked up. Like your apology ain't enough. You finna make it up to me or whatever. This motherfucker said, whatever you want, I'll do it. Now, basically what I'm asking you, Donovan, is that motherfucker getting a turn on off of doing this to me? Like, because I swear to God, like, you was so mad yesterday. Then I ain't say nothing. Now you are, why you ain't talking to me? I'm sorry. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do that. I do. You know what I mean?
I know exactly
what
you mean.
What?
Well, hold on. Let me break this down little by little, Joe. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you absolutely should not have put your hands on her, right? Listen, now that's the first thing. The second thing is if you're with a woman who makes you feel the need to put your hands on her, you're with the wrong woman. Like a woman, and I've got the hiccups now, a woman should never make you want to physically harm her. The very first time a woman makes you want to physically harm her, that's when you know you've got to go. Now, on from another perspective, and again, I will never ever advocate violence against women. There is one reason. There is one reason that men should not hit women, and that is because it is against the law. That being said,
Mm-hmm.
you hear story after story, time and time again, of women who cannot leave the abusive men. For better or worse, whether the violence is legal or otherwise, meaning that they're a domestic abuser or they're an MMA fighter or a boxer, women love violent men. This is how it is. I wrote an article.
Why?
Yes, it's the reason why, the reason why women love violent men is because it makes her feel excited, right? Women want to be a lot of things in relationships, Joe. Bored is not one of them, okay? You think of the situation with O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown. People always asked, why did Nicole stay with O.J.? Why did she stay with O.J.? Because O.J. was an abuser. Women, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that women like getting their asses kicked by their men. They don't. It hurts and it's wrong. But for whatever reason, something in a woman's hindbrain arouses her when a physical violence is being perpetuated against her. This is what actually, there's another syndrome called Stockholm syndrome. Like if a guy holds up a bank and he holds people hostages, a lot of times women will fall in love with their captors because he is capable of violence. Yes, look it up. Stockholm syndrome.
Oh.
He has a gun. He has killed people. Serial killers get countless letters sent to them all the time. I'll marry you. I'll have your kids. I want to fuck you. Nicholas Cruz, after he shot up Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School right down there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, was was flooded with all kinds of mail. I'll marry you, Nicholas. I'll come and suck your dick. Send in nude pictures. Serial killers get declarations of love all the time. Oh, my God. Yes. Women, listen.
And can I say?
Go ahead.
And can I say one more thing too?
Sure, man.
Like this morning I had took a shower or whatever, and I had took off my shirt or whatever. I had like a laceration going across my stomach from where she like clawed me at or whatever.
Right.
And like I want to go into context too. Like I didn't like hit her, but like when she grabbed me, I like grabbed her shirt. Like don't put your hands on me. I'm not
like you did what was necessary to eliminate the threat. Like you didn't beat the crap out of her. You just made sure she couldn't do. Okay, no, I got you.
And like, look, I know you said I shouldn't be with nobody like that anyway, but I guess how do you break yourself from somebody? I get y'all both invested all this time into it. Like I said, I've been with since I've been 16. Like,
check this out. Yeah. Let's just say that you had got to a point to where you did beat the shit out of her, Joe. Right? Let's just say you did beat the shit out of her. Guess what? Now she's definitely going to call the cops. And now, and I don't know if you know this, but if you get charged with domestic violence, I don't know what the laws are in Missouri, but I'm told that nationwide, it is a mandatory 72 hours in jail. They are supposed to hold you in jail for no less than 72 hours. It doesn't matter whether it's a false charge. Even if the charges get dropped, they are still going to hold you for 72 hours. Listen, I know you've been with this girl since you're 16 years old, but guess what, Joe? You're still very young. You're only 21. You have your whole life ahead of you. Do not ruin your life. Dude, you run the risk of being a convicted violent... Listen, I am a convicted felon, Joe. I have been convicted of violent felonies, right? I'm very, very fortunate that I have the ability to make money other than W-2 ways, but trust and believe, if I didn't have the ability to buy and sell properties, if I didn't have the business acumen, if I didn't have the drive, I'd be fucked. I am a multiple convicted felon, violent crimes. Listen, I'm here to tell you, I'm the exception to the rule. You do not want a felony on your record, Joe. I'm here to tell you right now, least of all because of a woman. So if you and your woman are getting to a point to where things are getting violent between you two, you need to get the hell out of there, because no matter what happens, whether she hits you or you hit her, it is always going to be a lose-lose in that situation. I know you love her. You've been with her since she's 16 years old, but dude, she ain't good for you, man. A woman should never make you want to do violent things to her. If she does, you got to get out of there, man. You got to get out of there.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for the call, Joe in Missouri. Guys, give me 15 seconds. I need to drink water upside down because I have hiccups. Oh, my God. Hang on. Oh. Yeah. Here we go. Oh. I have to stay low because I'm in my drawers. I do every show in my drawers. Good call there by Joe in Missouri. Yeah, man. It's funny that he called about that because I tweeted about this the other day. Never, ever, ever, ever stay with a woman who makes you want to perpetuate violence against her. Nobody wins in that situation, man. And you see how listen, not to say that Joe is clueless, water all over my face, but so many men out here have absolutely no idea that women are aroused by violent men. They can't, listen, again, they don't like getting their asses kicked, but for better or worse, man, women don't want to be bored in relationships. Abused women are abused, but guess what? They're not bored. A woman would rather be abused than bored. I'm telling you, man, I see and hear about this stuff all the time. I see and hear it all the time, man. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Like you would think that they would get out of that situation. Something in a woman's brain, for whatever reason, will not allow her to leave an abusive relationship. It's the damnedest thing. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 678. Area code 678, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name and location?
This is Darius from Atlanta.
Darius from Atlanta. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Not much. I have just a quick story.
Sure.
So when I had a girlfriend back in the day. It was about a 4-year relationship.
Okay.
And I came upon a red pill, and I was still, I was more purple pillish. So I didn't know if the red pill would really work.
Okay.
But once you break up, you try to get it in as much as possible.
Sure.
So when I was out there dating, whatever, I was experimenting. I was like, okay, I'm going to do what I've been raised to do. Just, buy for the meal, take her out on a date, show her a good time, When I did that, didn't really get the response that I wanted. Sometimes I did, because I'm not a bad-looking dude. I worked out all the time. So
good.
Sometimes I did, but when I did the reverse and I paid for none of this stuff, but I'm paying for my own stuff.
Right.
And I was eating like a king. I had a good job. I have a good job. So I'm eating like a king. I'm eating whatever I want. And I just see the girl not ordering anything, which is crazy, because I told her before that like, I don't pay for your food on the first date. I'm just not going to do that.
Right. Not happening.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking, that was a complete fail. She didn't eat nothing. I'm even eating like a king. I didn't even try to text her back or nothing. She's going to text me talking about, I had a great time at the date, this, and that. I was like, what? Crazy. And then she invited me out the next time, paying for my stuff. And I don't think she made that much money, honestly.
Right.
And like she's using gift cards to pay for everything. I'm like, this is crazy. And that's when I was like, the red pill is wild. It's wild. It's real, but it's wild.
It's real, but
crazy.
It's wild. And listen, the reason why she went out of her way, and you have to understand this too, Darius. The reason why men who go out of their way to treat women and, I'm going to take you out to dinner and I'm going to do this and do that, women don't respect men who just give away their attention and their resources so freely. In a woman's mind, if you buy me dinner, in a woman's mind, she's like, okay, well, he bought me dinner, but all I did was show up, right? What you did, and you probably didn't realize that you were doing this, Darius, but what you did is you indirectly told her, listen, you're a female, that got my attention, but that's not enough to get my exclusive attention. Just because you're a woman does not mean you're going to buy me dinner. I can get women anywhere I want. I don't have to buy you dinner to enjoy your company or anybody else's. She saw and recognized that, Darius, and subconsciously she thought, this guy's not buying me dinner, so his company must be worth something. Women only value what they are required to work for. This is why women do not value the attention from simps. This is why they don't value the attention from thirsty motherfuckers, because they just give it to them so freely. This is why they chase men who make them chase them, right? You show women that, hey, listen, my time is valuable to me. My money is valuable to me. I'm not just going to give it to you because you've got 2X chromosome, a set of tits, and a vagina. No. It takes more than that. Women like working for your attention and affection, so much so that she decided to take you out on her dime. That's exactly how this works. I'll give you the last word, Darius.
Yes, I'm just going to let you guys know, like, just listen to what Donovan say. Like, everything he say, it hasn't been a lie yet. So just listen to what he say. That's Uncle Donovan.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. Thanks for the call, Darius in Atlanta. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, like the red pill. Same with Joe. Joe's like, listen, I got a little physical with my girl. I thought she was going to call the cops. I didn't go back to the house, but she called me up the next day talking about, I'll do anything to make it up to you. What's up with that? Then this guy, Darius, is like, listen, I told this bitch I wasn't going to buy her dinner, and she invited me out and bought me dinner on her dime. Guys, that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. This is the red pill in action. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 631. Area code 631. You're on Live with Donovan. What is your name and location?
Yeah, hey, what's up, Donovan? I'm Richard from New York.
Richard in New York. How you doing?
I'm good, man. So I haven't been red pilled, like, really for very long at all. It's been, like, a little under a year, but I've been following you for a while recently. And, you know, I like how you, when guys talk about, like, getting into long-term relationships or stuff like that. And, lately I've been grooming, like, this girl, and, you know, I keep her at a distance, you know, the whole thing.
Okay.
And, let her seek my validation. And, recently, like, she hit me with the, you know, like, what are we? Where's this heading type thing. She told me it took a lot of courage for her to do that. And, you know, she even like treated me to like a $400 dinner or whatever.
Right.
And, I wish I had like purchased one of your courses about this sooner, but the timing was, I guess, off. So, you know, when she asked me these things, I told her, you know, I'm not a very like easy guy to be in a relationship with.
Right.
You know, I require this, and that.
Okay.
And
so how did it go?
For the most part, she was okay with it. For the most part, she was okay with it.
Okay.
She was like, I told her, you know, no social media, access to your phone, no girls' night out. And for the most part, she was okay with it, and like things were going smoothly. And then I found myself slipping. Like she was like, so like, can I see your phone then? And I'm like,
oh,
again, this is before I saw your course.
Right.
Or heard listen to your course.
Right.
And you know, in that moment, I'm like, well, she already knows I'm talking to like other girls as well. That's not like a secret.
Sure.
But so in my head, I'm thinking like, I mean, I guess not. Like, what's the harm? She already knows like some of these things. Like, I get, and I told her, I'm like, I guess you can see my phone. It's no big deal. Okay. And looking back on it now, I'm like, oh man, I should not have wavered.
There you go.
Off of my like.
Right. Listen. And for you guys watching, I've got 812 people watching. This happens all the time. What Richard in New York is talking about is when your woman attempts to angle for a relationship, right? You go through the process. You guys can get my course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up. I'll put the link in the description. It's also in the chat, right? A lot of girls tried to pull the switcheroonie. Okay, well, if you can see my phone, then I need to be able to see your phone. You want to know what the answer to that is, Richard? Be like, wait a minute. You asked to be my girlfriend. I didn't ask to be your boyfriend. So are you telling me that I can't see your phone? That's exactly what I'm telling you. Well, then this needs to be over. Okay, well, that's fine. And then just, listen, she's the one that angled for the relationship, not you. So when she says, well, if you see my phone, then I need to be able to see your phone. That's a negative. Well, why not? Because I said so. Listen, you want to be my girlfriend. You asked me. I'm telling you what I require. Now, if you require me, and then you flip back on her, well, listen, if you require to see my phone to be in a relationship with you, I guess I'm going to hit the eject button because that's not what I do. Well, then that's not what I'm going to do. All right, great. Then I guess we're both in an agreement. That's how that works, man. Dude, never, ever, and again, you were sort of caught off guard, but a lot of guys get caught by that. Well, if you're requiring me not to go to the club, you can't go to the club. If there's no girls' night out, then there's no guys' night out. No. Not the way it works. You want to be my girlfriend. Are you saying you don't want to be my boyfriend? I'm saying I don't know what I want. I like you, and I like where things are headed, but if you can't, listen, if you're not willing to do what I need you to do, listen, no problem. Like, we can continue fucking, we're just not going to be in a relationship. But here's what I'm not going to tolerate. That's how that works. Thanks for the call. Richard in New York. Yeah, girls try the switcheroonie. Well, if you're doing it, then I want to be able to do it too. Dude, fuck that. These fucking bitches. These fucking bitches are always playing games, man. Always trying to be one up. Well, if you can do it, I can do it. Please. Please. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 919. Area code 919, you're on Live at Donovan. What is your name and location?
Hey, crazy ass ex nigga, what's up, Donovan?
What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? What's going on with you?
Me ain't nothing much. I mean, I'm back in town, so
Good.
shit. Well, not in your town, but where the fuck I live
No,
at.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm. That's on. I'm here to go get my shit, and I'm headed back out.
Okay.
I had talked to my job, so they think I'm moving. So I was like, "And give me about 4 days," because they know I'm by myself. So I was like, "And they're working with me."
Right. Good.
There's 3 questions that I have, and a comment at the end. All right, but first question is, why do hoes out here believe that they deserve good treatment? Second question, why do hoes believe that they justify their bad behavior with their reasoning? And damn, I can't remember. What was that third question? The hamster wheel phenomenon. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
And one.
Go ahead.
One more thing. Comment. Don't tell these crazy motherfuckers out here that if they get violent, they can get pussy. Just watch on that information, all right? Because there are some psychos out here. Just all I want to say that. Bye, Donovan.
Okay. I actually forgot the questions that he asked, to be honest with you. I guess the reason why hoes believe that they should be, the reason why hoes think that they want or deserve good behavior is because the world tells them that they deserve good behavior. That's really all there is to it. As far as hamstring is concerned, that's not really a phenomenon. Women would love to think that they're good people on the inside, right? So anytime they make bad decisions, they don't want to look bad to people on the outside. So they try to explain away their bad behavior. That's how that goes. Area code 410, I'm going to come to you in just a second. But before I do that, I am going to shout out a couple of super chats. Big thanks goes out to Dayan Ordonez with the $5 super chat. He says, in the past, I used to be passive with my ex's bad behavior. Anger built up until I snapped and broke frame. Never again. Nip it in the bud from the go. Absolutely. I tell guys this all the time, and this is in my course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up. You must nip bad behavior in the bud. You can't let it slip even one time. You can't let her get away with it. If you let her get away with it now, you're not going to be able to correct it later. Good comment there by Diane Ordonez. Mr. Good Vibration 144 with the $10 super chat says, I thought I was being too hard on my woman, so I relaxed. As soon as I did that, she got fat. Is it a good idea to help her lose weight, or do you think she's already too comfortable to change? She is already too comfortable to change, my friend. Because again, if you relax on your woman and she didn't all of a sudden get fat, Mr. Good Vibration 44. Like, this was a process, right? Like, you're around her all the time, presumably. You see that she's not exercising. You see that she's eating shit, right? Here's how to nip it in the bud. So let's just say you're dating a girl who has a really nice body. And you notice, and never ever hesitate to shame your woman for bad behavior, right? Never ever hesitate. So if you and your girl are out doing whatever, damn. Like, you trying to gain weight on me? Well, I just ordered a small fry. Yeah, that's where it starts. Just put it in her mind. Subconsciously, she'll say, oh, shit, I don't want to get fat, right? Be like, damn, when's the last time you went to the gym? Well, I went 2 days ago. You didn't go yesterday either? Well, no. I guess you're slacking off. Just little nuggets here and there. Let her know that you are watching. Let her know that, okay, I see you eating that cheeseburger. Let her know, listen, I see you're not watching your diet. Let her know, I see you haven't worked out in a little while. Put that in her head, and she won't go from fit to fat. That is a process. That is a series of, when your girl gets fat, that is a series of leniency. It's not like you just took your foot off the gas one time and she got fat. No, you took your foot off the gas and your foot stayed off the gas, so she got fat. Women don't get fat overnight. They get fat over time. And if you allow your woman to get away with behaviors that are conducive to weight gain over time, there's nothing you can do, man. Nothing you can do. All right, let us go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 410. Area code 410, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name and location?
Hey, Donovan, how you doing? This is Stevie Burnett from Richmond, Virginia. I have a question and a statement.
Okay, Stevie in Virginia, what's going on?
So my first question is, being red pill aware, we all know that all women are whores. Why is it that a lot of black women in 2020, why are they so oversexed? And my statement is, I remember I got a flashback from one of your callers. So I was fucking this broad, and she was like, oh, Stevie, punch me, in my head, I'm like, sweetie, I am not punching you. That sounds fucking crazy.
Like, I'll slap
and
you,
it
but
kind
I'm
of
not
like
gonna...
gave me a flashback.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, dude, listen, listen, girls love rough sex, but listen, I've smacked girls before. I've smacked them around in bed. No, I love when you smack me. I ain't never punched a girl before. But going back
Yeah,
to
this bitch asked me to punch her.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. Let me go back to your other question. You said, why do black women seem to be oversexed? Give me an example, because I'm not really sure I understand what you're saying there.
Well, nowadays, I'm about to graduate from college, and
Mm-hmm.
all I hear on campus is, hot girl summer. They idolize, the whores, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Scissors,
Yeah, this is all women.
all the ratchet rappers.
Yeah. Listen, Stevie, this is not just black women. This is all women. The reason why women are oversexed is because sex is front and center all the time, just like you said. Dude, they idolize Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and what's her name? I don't even know. She's Kesha, the Kardashians. All these girls, dude, Taylor Swift, I call her Trailer Swift. Ariana Grande, like all of the celebrities, female celebrities. What we have to understand, Stevie, female celebrities are people too, right? Just because a woman is a celebrity doesn't mean she's not going to sleep around. Trailer Swift sleeps around because Trailer Swift is a hoe. She's a slut. Just because she's a celebrity doesn't mean she's not a hoe. Kim Kardashian she was a hoe. Khloe Kardashian, definitely a hoe. I think the whole Kardashian-Jenner family, they're going to try and sport fuck the entire NBA before they all kick the bucket. Mom got an early start with OJ back in the day. He may or may not be Khloe's father, but the reason why women are oversexed, the reason why they look up to celebrities is because all celebrities are sluts, man. Like, just because they're celebrities does not mean that they are not sluts. Good call there by Stevie in Richmond. Big thanks goes out to Michael Goodlet with the $5 super chat. He asked the question, how long should I cut these chicks off and focus on my purpose? Also, pursuing my purpose, is it okay to call a chick over every now and then? Very good question. Very good question by Michael Goodlet. Cut them off for as long as necessary, Michael. Cut them off for as long as necessary. I oftentimes tell guys you need to do sort of a quarterly monk mode. When I was living in Vegas and I had all these girls, every 3 or 4 months I would take 2 weeks off. I would get off the grid. I would go into monk mode. I'd lift weights, just like you said, being on your purpose. Guess what? When I got done with my 2-week hiatus or my 2-week monk mode, the girls were still there. I said all that to say this: girls aren't going anywhere. There are new girls turning 18 years old every second of every minute of every day. I can promise you, Michael, you could take 2 years off and just pursue your purpose. I can assure you, those girls are going to be right back where they were 2 years ago. And you'll have younger, hotter girls available now because now they're coming of age. And yes, it is absolutely okay to call a girl over and smash every now and again. Listen, man. If you're on your purpose, if you're working on a project, listen, man, we get horny too. We need to get some ass, right? If you're working on a project or if you're building a business and damn, man, it's been 3 weeks and I've been on the grind. Damn, I need me some pussy. Let me hit Denise up and see what she's up to. Dude, call her over, fucking smash her brains out, get her an Uber ride home, continue on doing what you're doing. Very good question by Michael. So the answer to your second question is yes, it is absolutely okay to call a chick over to smash every now and again. And the answer to your first question, as long as you need to. 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Girls aren't going anywhere. They're not. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 724. Area code 724, you're on live at Donovan. What is your name and location?
Hey, Donovan, it's Pimp Out Geese down over here in Butler, PA.
Pimp, what's up, man?
My first question, man.
What's up, man?
Yo, man, I'm just chilling out listening to your show, man. Man, I'm listening to all these calls, and I'm like, man, you might have to put me on hold so I can gather my thoughts. But anyway, now you were talking about that 72-hour law.
Yeah, man.
Is that in effect here in PA?
You know what? That's a very good question. Hold on, I'm going to look it up right now. Why are you? I'm assuming you're asking for a friend, right?
Yeah, asking for a friend.
72-hour hold. All right, let's see here. Philadelphia, domestic violence, Pennsylvania. Yes. Okay. All right. So domestic violence, background, Pennsylvania. Hang on. I know this is bad radio. It's a very good question. There we are. Pennsylvania, 51. There we go. Pennsylvania, up to, it's up to 72 hours. Definitely up to 72 hours. I know that 72 hours is, I think that that's the universal agreement. I know that all states are different, but I do know that if you are accused, if you are arrested for domestic violence, you will be put in jail for 72 hours, man. Like, I know
no
that,
doubt.
dude,
No
more
doubt.
states,
No
listen,
doubt.
there are more states that do than states that don't. So that's why I was telling Joe in Missouri, look, dude, you need to get the hell up out of there, man. Because, dude, you're going to fuck around and end up in jail for a lot longer than 72 hours if you haul off and whoop this girl's ass, man.
Oh, I'm telling you, it is not even worth the squeeze, bro.
Hell
you need to get up out of there now. I've got a felony myself.
Oh,
and I'm telling you, and it was over a bitch. Now, it wasn't no domestic violence or anything like that, but still fucking around with the bitch.
There you go.
You know, and that shit fucks your life up.
It does,
and that's just all there is to it. But anyway, to get back on topic here, a lot of these guys, they were talking, on a lot of shit that they were saying is shit that I can relate to.
Right.
Dude was talking about punching a girl while she's fucking her, or while he's fucking her. And I'm like, yeah, I remember this bitch who wanted me to make her fucking titties my punching bag. I mean, she wanted me to make them bleed. You know what I mean? So these bitches are nuts, man. To be sure. But anyway, I can remember, and I'll say this and I'll get off of here, but I can remember the one time, man, I was sitting I had an ex we were in a relationship for about 4 years, ended horribly. Anyway, so I can remember after about a year or so, I sat her down on my mattress in my bed in my room, and I said, you know what? I'm going to be committed to you. Here is my commitment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And this is before, I kind of knew about the red pill barely a little bit, but I wasn't really involved
something.
in it, of course. And the minute I did that, I seen the whole dynamic. I mean, the minute the words left my mouth, Donovan, the whole dynamic of the relationship had changed.
You already knew.
Everything went downhill. The sex dropped off.
Of course.
The blood dropped. Everything.
All of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But anyway, I just wanted to throw that down real quick. I got me a bottle of that Girl at Mind Rush. I'll try it out this weekend.
Oh, hell
keep doing
yeah,
you,
man. Hey, keep me updated, man. Pimped Out Geese calling in from Butler, PA. Yeah, get your hands on some of that Gorilla Mind Rush, man. It is absolutely the truth. I love that stuff. I absolutely do. And I don't endorse products that I don't use, and I don't believe it. Colonel Sanders the 16th says 72-hour hold just off a woman's word. He says it literally just happened to my friend here in Tampa, a false DV charge and restraining order. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Dude, I'm telling you, and women and men, we should know this stuff. Women know all about the law. Women know exactly how to use the law to fuck up our lives. And a lot of men are just not aware of this, man. Joe in Missouri, man, get the hell up out of there, man. Like, you do not need to be with a bitch who makes you want to be violent. You do not need to be with that. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 347. Area code 347, you're on live with Donovan. What is your name and location?
Hey, Donovan, it's Al Gore in New York.
Oh, what's going on, Algo? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I wanted to give you a story about how when you treat them bad, how they keep chasing after you.
Let's do it, man. What you got for me?
So, this is back when I was still active duty in the Air Force. There's this chick I was messing with, real pretty, single mom.
Okay.
She, we were fucking around up for a bit. Must have been like 3 weeks. And I was talking to my homeboys, and he was like, yeah, she married, right? I'm like, what the fuck you mean?
Oh, shit.
It's like, all right, I don't get down like that. Plus, I was active duties, and they take your stripe. They take your rank off of that shit, right?
No shit.
So,
whoa, wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, they take your rank.
Oh, shit. So if you get caught fucking a married woman in the military, they like, de-rank you?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Now that I didn't know. Oh, my God. Holy fucking shit. All right, go ahead, man. Dude, I just learned something today.
I was like, all right, I'm about my bread. Fuck that. You ain't costing me my stripe.
No, sir.
Yeah, that shit. This chick was all over, like, nonstop. She's like, no, like, it's, the terms of Shakana was true after the fact, but the terms was like, oh, they separated. He was on some domestic violence shit against her and, their daughter. And so he had to live elsewhere, but they were legally married, but had been separate for like over a year. Still, I didn't want to hear that shit.
Sure.
I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm not dealing with none of that.
Right.
But when I tell you, this chick kept hounding me. It's like she would find out where I was at. If I'm out, if I ever go to any of the clubs, she'd come find me. She'd be there. It's like, oh, please, something like that. Please be with me, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, I'll cave. I'll cave and I'll fuck her, and then I'll be like, nope, we're not together. Nope, I don't want any of it. Nope. And then every now and then, every few weeks, I'll cave. And when I tell you, this chick let me do the fucking nastiest fucking things just before I left that state. Must have been the week that I left, man. Yo, straight up. She even leaves the door unlocked for me. Like, I walk in, I'm not gonna get explicit, but let's just say it was some real nasty shit. Yeah. Yo, honestly, it's still on my mind today. It's like, I still think back on it. It's like, damn, I can't believe she let me do that.
Bruh, I'm telling you, man. Listen, girls are some freaks, man. Like, girls, listen, and a lot of guys are freaks too. If that's how you get down, like, I'm not mad at you, but dude, girls are into some crazy shit, dude. They really are.
And what's even crazier about it is that I made my comment about what I wanted to do in passing. I mean, it was a joke. It's like, I kind of want to so and so, and she was like, okay. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, nothing's off limits. Nothing's off limits. Yeah. You're like, well, I kind of want to float this. I know it's kind of crazy. You tell her, she's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. You're like, wait, what? I didn't expect you to say yeah to that. Like, are you sure?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, I've done that before. Wait, what? The fuck are you talking about?
And even right now, there's another girl, too. That I just, see casually off and on. We slept once, but I'm not sweating her, but she's sweating me. She's asking to take me out. I'm like, chick, I'm not even interested in you like that. But all right, I guess I'll pass time with you. Spin plates, right? According to Rolo Tomasi.
Yep, there you go. That's how that goes, man. Well, thanks for the call. I'll go in New York, man. Very, very interesting story there. Holy shit. Yeah, women are some freaks. They're some freaks. I'm going to come to you in just a second, Erica. Oh, that's Big Brandon on the line. Big Brandon, I'm going to come to you in just a second. Nonstop Dre with the $2 super chat says, what's the weirdest thing a girl asked you to do? I remember this one girl. I think her name was Sandy or Sandra. And it really wasn't too weird. She just wanted to put honey. She wanted to put honey on my dick and suck my dick. And then she wanted to put honey on her tits and for me to like lick the honey off of her tits. I'm like, no. Like, dude, I like honey on my fucking toast. I don't want honey on my dick. I'm not like, I don't want to have a meal, right? Like, listen, some guys, some people love having sex with food and whipped cream. It's no. When I'm fucking, I'm trying to fuck. I'm not trying to eat when I fuck. Like, this is supposed to be a low-calorie exercise, right? Dude, like, bitch, listen, I'm trying to fucking get my macros all out of whack. Fucking honey. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I still fucked her, but she always kept asking me, hey, when are we going to do the honey? I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? I never caved, but she never hesitated to ask me. That's the weirdest thing. Poggle the Lesser, 1977. Welcome to TSR Towers. He is the newest member of TSR Towers. Freelance Ronin, the original TSROG. With the $5 super chat, says TSR in full effect. Freelance Ronin is literally the original TSROG. I think Freelance Ronin is the only individual who has heard every episode. I know he's probably heard most of them live, but Freelance Ronin has followed me from the very start. So shout out to him for making his presence felt. Big Brandon, I got you on the line, brother. How's it going, man?
Man, I'm good, my man. How are you?
Doing good, man. I'm very, very excited for bowling league night. Had a good week of practice. What's up with you, man? Where are you at today?
I'm way out here in some country town waiting on my truck to be loaded.
Okay.
But I have a question to ask you, my man.
Sure, what's up?
Question. What is the most dangerous animal in the world?
The most dangerous animal in the world, I would probably say the puff adder, the puff adder snake.
I would probably say an over 300-pound beta male simp bouncer working in a strip club at one point.
Oh no, you got a story?
Oh, okay. So first of all, the military guy, he's correct. That happened to my buddy. He was married. The guy in the service was doing his wife. He got demoted, went to jail. He's right. Don't do it.
Damn. Okay, dude. I did not know that, dude.
So I was dating this entertainer, right? Stripper, if you will.
Sure, right.
And I came home from work. Clearly, she had been fucking another dude, and I pretty much knew it.
Sure.
And I was going to gather my stuff and leave. So we get into an argument. She grabs a knife, right, comes at me trying to cut my pants off, as she said, just because she wanted to check me to see if I was clean. So I defend myself. Now the door is open. The door is open.
Right.
The front door is open. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I pinned her down on the ground, and I got her hands covered, right? I guess the neighbors finally got tired of all of the commotion and called the police. Well, this tiny individual female officer walked in, and I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked.
Yeah, that's
she's
it.
She's like, get off, right? So I get up. There's a giant Hispanic officer comes in. He goes, turn around. So I turn around. The female officer's looking, and she's looking around the apartment, and she's like, hey, whose medals are these hanging up on the wall? They're like for wrestling and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm like, they're mine, right? Wow. And my ex-girlfriend, the stripper, was yelling, hey, he beat me. Well, she looks at me and looks at my fiance. Well, my girlfriend wasn't my fiance.
Right.
And she says, ma'am, the size of that man and those wrestling medals lets me know you're lying.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yep. And she turns to me and goes, sir, do you have a place you can go? And I'm like, yep.
Sure can.
And I left. And here's the simping part.
Okay.
She calls me 2 weeks later crying and boo-hooing.
Of course.
And I go back.
Oh, Brandon, no! Ah! Oh, no. Now, she didn't get you hemmed up. She didn't get you hemmed up after that, did she?
No. I got suspended from work because for the 2 weeks while I was away from her, she had spread that I was abusive to her and had been beating her. Let's see, I had to go to HR to deal with that. Fortunately, one of her friends, her boyfriend trained with me, right? And he was like, yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah, right.
Right? We're good. So I got transferred to another club just to get away from it.
See, this,
but my dumbass did go back.
But this is the thing, Brandon, and this is what men have to understand. All it takes is an accusation, and a woman can turn your life upside down. You were never charged, you were never convicted, but you still got suspended and got sent to another club. All a woman has to do is say, he hit me, and you're fucked.
Yep. Yeah, and I was just like, and that's what, like that one gentleman you said on the phone, he needs to get away. He needs to run.
Yeah, you got to
get
out of there.
There's no goodbye kiss. There's no goodbye hug. He needs to leave because he might affect his future.
That's right. And he's a young guy.
Went bad. What if that female officer would have walked in the door and shot first?
Yeah, right. That's a black man, right?
So, yeah, and I'm a large black man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
with wrestling medals and everything.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to keep you. I'm going to say it like I said always. Love the content. Keep it going, my man. Gentlemen, in the manosphere, all guests at Club TSR, please like, comment, subscribe, and also donate. That way we can build up Sharpe Strength for my man, Donovan.
LCSD, like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Big Brandon checking in as always. You never know where. I think Brandon's a truck driver, so he's, I don't know where he's at. I mean, dude, he could be in Florida, he could be in Washington State. But I always appreciate him checking in. Wow. So he's dating a stripper. She says, he beat me. The officer looks at him, looks at the size of him, looks at the medals and said, bitch, if he had really beat you, then you probably wouldn't be able to say he beat me. You'd probably be 6 feet under somewhere. You gotta watch out, guys. You gotta watch out. Bramblebush in the chat says Cosby is doing 10 years on a word and no proof. I'm trying to tell you. Area code 920. Area code 920. You're on live with Donovan. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan. My name's Tom, and I'm from Watertown, Wisconsin.
Tom in Wisconsin. How you doing, man?
And I'm doing okay. But I just recently, I'm in the process of getting divorced, and my wife branch swung on me.
Of course.
To a guy in California from her past.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's because I lost frame, obviously, and I lost my game.
Sure.
And so my question is, I'm doing certain things, like I'm going to the gym. I'm working out. I'm dressing nicely now. Like I'm dressing real good, actually.
Good.
And we have a lot in common. We have a lot of shared values, and we still live together. We have a child, so it's kind of a complicated situation.
Sure.
But my question is, what kind of tips would you have for me trying to reestablish frame with her to where I'm occupying her mind over this guy that's 2,000 miles away that she says she's in love with now.
Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions before I go any further. So you said your wife, your soon-to-be ex-wife, branch swung on you. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so did she cheat on you with this guy?
No. He's in California, and we're in Wisconsin. So
Okay.
like that. So like that hasn't happened.
So you're.
But
100
emotionally, I'm saying she branch swung on me.
Okay, so she hasn't been out.
You get what I'm saying?
So she hasn't been out to California to see this guy.
No.
Has he been out here?
No. Has he what? Been out there?
Has he been
out
to
here?
Wisconsin yet?
No. No. They haven't. They have not yet met in person. Like as of late.
Okay, and this guy is an ex-boyfriend. You said somebody from her past.
No, actually, he's not even an ex-boyfriend. He's somebody that she wanted to get with in her past, but they never did through circumstances. And then she met me, and then after she met me, like, you know, he was out of the picture.
Right.
But as she confessed to me the other day, that through our troubled marriage and through our troubled relationship, as it had its ups and downs, she thought about him.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm kind of in that sort of predicament right now.
Wait a minute. She said
Hang
on, Tom. So she says she thought about him. Has either one of you filed for divorce yet?
Yeah, we've already filed for an amicable divorce.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure because I wasn't exactly sure what was happening. So what you're asking me is, okay, how can I get how can I steer the attention of my soon-to-be ex-wife back to me so that she doesn't go to California to be with this guy? Is that what you're asking?
That's my angle, yeah, right now.
How old are you? How old is she?
I'm 38 and she's 27.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Listen, man. Here's what's gonna happen, Tom. And I've never been one to tell men what they should do. I advise men. All I can do is tell you based on my experience.